Hello students, welcome back in your SST class. Today's chapter is India Means of Transport and Communications. Our objectives of today's class is to learn about transport, the types of transport, communications, and types of communications. What is transport? Transport can be defined as a system for carrying people or goods from one place to another using vehicles by roads, railways, airways, seaways, etc. Children, do you know how humans traveled long distance in the early days? In the early days, the only way to cover the distance was to walk on foot. There was no vehicles like cars and scooter. After the development and invention of science and technology, wheel was invented and there is major changes in the transport systems. As the time passed, people improved the wheel to fit in various cars and vehicles. This effort of inventors developed fast-moving means of transport we see around us nowadays. Today, the main modes of transport are roadways, railways, airways, and waterways. Like many developed and underdeveloped countries, India has also a good network of modern modes of transport. Road is one of the most important ways of transport. Roads are made of coal, tar, gravel, and cement. They help us travel in all weather conditions and in all seasons. The road connecting main cities and ports are called National Highway. Do you know what is the oldest road in India? In India, the oldest road is the Grand Trunk Road. It is a national highway. It was built by Sir Suri and it connects Amritsar to Calcutta. National highways are constructed and looked after by the National Highway Authority of India or NHA. The state highways are constructed and looked after by the state government. District roads and village roads are also looked after by the state government. The town and village roads are maintained by the municipal communities and gram panchayats. How do roads help us? Good roads can help in the movement of people and goods at the time of national disasters such as floods, famines, earthquakes, cyclones, etc. The total length of all types of roads in our country is about 35 lakhs kilometers. The second important transport ways is the railways. Railways is another important and ideal means of long-distance transport. The first railway train in India was started in 1853 in Thane, Maharashtra. Now we have the largest railway network in Asia and we are fourth in the world. The total length of railways covered is about 64,000 kilometers in India. The trains are driven by engines that use steams, diesels, or electricity as a fuel. How do railway help us? They help us by carrying heavy and bulky goods. These include coal, minerals, food grains, fertilizers, cement, and many other goods. The longest railway route is between Jammu Tawi in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. It can be traveled in less than 2 days. Some trains like Rajdhani and Shatabdi Express run at a very high speed. In India, we have 3 zones. The railways are divided into 3 zones. They are broad gauge, that is 1.66 meters wide, and a meter gauge, that is 1 meter wide, and a narrow gauge, that is approximately about 77 centimeters in wide. The size of the railway wagons and coach increase according to the types of a gauge. Narrow gauge railway lines are available in hilly areas. There are also local trains for movement within the city, and they are called metro. Delhi is the second city in India to have the metro rail train. Another important transport is the airways. The airways transport is the fastest, but however, it is the costliest means of transport in our country. Almost every part of India can be reached by aeroplanes. The time travel has also been reduced by jet aircraft. The air transport was started in 1911. Now it is widely used for long distance travels. Planes like cargo planes are used for carrying perishable goods like fruits, vegetables, and flowers to far off places. We have helicopters that are used for short distance travel and very helpful in times of difficulties such as floods, earthquakes, epidemics, etc. They are also used to rescue people during the times of natural or man-made disasters. An important international airport in India are Chhatrapati Shivaji Airport at Mumbai, Indira Gandhi International Airport at Delhi, Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport at Kolkata, and Minambakkam at Chennai. India has also an official airlines called Air India, and there are many others low-cost carrier or airplanes such as SpiceJet, Indigo, Go Air, etc. that provide services and fly to selected cities. Another important transport ways is the waterways. Some rivers like the Brahmaputra, the Ganga are used for water transport. The lagoons of Kerala are very useful for water transport. There are ships, big steamer, boat that are used for carrying passengers, and big steamers in particular carries heavy and bulky goods from the ports. They carry them from one part to another. They even carry them to other countries and continents. Waterways is the most cheapest and slowest. Some of the ports are in Kandla, Mumbai, Mormugao, Kochi, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Kolkata, Tuticorin, Mangalore, and Paradip. Mumbai is the longest port in India. India has 12 major and 185 minor seas ports. Our next topic is means of communications. What is a communications? Communications means exchange of ideas and thoughts. Through communication, people express their feelings. But how do we communicate? What are the means of communications? Nowadays we have postal systems, courier service, telephone, internet, mobile phones are all an examples of mass communications, and it means in the olden days they use pigeons or horse riders to convey a message. The postal service is the cheapest means of communications. India has the largest postal network in the world. We can send letters, parcels, and money orders through the post office. To send an urgent message, nowadays we can use a fax machine that can send message instantly, or we can use internet like electronic mail or email for sending instant messages. But in the earlier days they used telegram, a post office which has an option of sending speed post to receive or send urgent letters or documents in just 2 to 3 days. Another topic is mass communications. How do we convey message to a large number of people in our country as well as across the country? There are various means for mass communications. They are radio, televisions, newspaper, magazines, and cinema are good examples of mass media. The process by which information is sent out through radio, TV is called broadcasting. All India Radio or Akashvani broadcasts news and programs in Hindi, English, and regional language. It is a very important means of mass communications in India, especially for villagers. It can reach out even to those who cannot read or write. Television is another important means of communications. It provides information, education, music, and entertainment to people across the country. Televisions also bring us useful information about the latest events happening in the country as well as the world. Unlike radio, the television uses moving pictures set today. India have a national television broadcasting service called Doordarshan. There are also many private channels which telecast programs 24 hours a day. Thus, TV is the most popular means of entertainment. Cinema is a very popular means of entertainment in India. India produces large number of features films. Another means of mass communications is through advertisement. Advertisements have a strong impact on the people. They not only sell the products but also spread social awareness. Another important means of mass media is the newspaper or magazines because they provide information about the various events happening in the world. They are one of an important means of mass communication till today. Next topic is satellite communications. How do we communicate and send a message instantly? It is only possible because of our satellite. Because we depend mainly on man-made satellite which orbit around the Earth. Sounds and pictures are sent from the Earth by transmitter. These are received by the satellite and sent back to other part of the world. Satellite help us to communicate within seconds. There are other use of satellite as well. For example, satellite can forecast weather and climate, can estimate crops, monitor drought and vegetations, map areas and locate underground water. Urban development plan, forest survey and search for minerals. They allow us to receive audio visual signals from radio and televisions. That's all for today's class. Have a good day.